We welcome in right now Robert Muise, American Freedom Law Center co-founder and Senior Counsel. Robert, welcome to the show, sir.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
Well, for those of our fans, listeners watching on Newsmax.com are going to see the video, but everyone listening on XM will need an explanation from you. So tell us what happened here and to prompt the suit, and how on earth, if this happened and I've seen the video, could this suit be dismissed?
Right. Well, a group of Christian evangelists went to the public streets, and the public streets and sidewalks bloodied by a chunk of concrete that hit him in the head. And the Wayne County Sheriff's Department, who was the speaker and not joined with the violent mob that's intent on suppressing the speech.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you.
Is there? Here.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Not to interrupt. Is there something in the law, local law, where police have discretion if they feel that someone or a smaller group will cause, rightfully or wrongfully, a violent reaction or a disruptive reaction from a larger group? It doesn't sound like it would make any sense. But is there some kind that police have to usher that smaller group away, even though they may, have a freedom of speech right, in order to prevent something from escalating out of hand? Does that sound like it makes any sense?
Yeah, well, here's what the law says, that the government might not rely on community hostility or threats of violence to justify censorship.
Okay, then the answer is no. Yeah, then the answer is no.
The answer is no. And when you look at the case law dealing with this sort of heckler's veto, there are situations. There's a Clearborn Hardware case where there was rioting and looting, and the individual who was speaking was calling for individuals to break other people's necks who are violating this boycott of their businesses. And even then, the court said that's protected speech. There wasn't even an imminence necessary for the violence related to the speech, and that speech itself was calling for violence. And when you look at the video. And the other thing to bear in mind is the police, in this case, the Wayne County Sheriff's Department, they had an incredibly sizable force there. They had 34 sheriffs, they had 19 reserve officers,
wow.
And they had a mounted force of six mounted officers.
I got to tell you, Robert, we only have a couple of minutes. I've seen these videos from these events before. Nothing on this scale and nothing involving, preachers. But I've seen where people trying to hand out paraphernalia or I guess pro-Christian or whatever have been hassled and heckled, and the police have taken the side of the dare I say, the mob or the Arab side in this case, and ushered these people who were exercising their freedom of speech away. So what's next in this case?
Well, as you indicated at the top of this segment, that the federal judge ruled in favor of the government.
Right.
We filed an immediate appeal, and so we're going to be appealing this case to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Sixth Circuit. And if necessary, I'll take it to the U.S. Supreme Court. This sort of decision emboldens. It rewards that violent behavior, and so now it's turned the First Amendment on its head. We've got the mob rule that is overcoming our First Amendment rights.
You know what? Why do I think, Robert, that if this were the other way around, Eric Holder would have weighed in on this already, publicly?
Oh, there's no question. And the individuals who are throwing the bottles would have been placed in handcuffs and taken away.
Yep. Hey, Robert,
you don't see any of that on the video.
Thank you so much. Keep us informed. I want to have you back as we go along.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Robert Muise, American Freedom Law Center, co-founder and Senior Counsel in this case.